Yeah, so this question is addressed to the owners again. So Nadeshot and Jack, and I guess Dodo if you're speaking for Team Liquid. So kind of similar to the first question, but from your ownership point of view, Worlds was moved from China to Europe somewhat suddenly this year. So does that have any impact on the organization that maybe the regular fan doesn't see, whether from maybe a financial or a planning perspective?
I could jump in here first. To be honest with you, I think it makes things a little easier. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I guess nobody's going to tell me differently. It's funny because a lot of things with China or heading over there, I think there were going to be some issues with visas. You know, there were possibly decisions that we'd have to make where players might not be able to make it back into the U.S. for another couple months following Worlds. So look, I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand international visas and travel, so I'm not even going to speak on that in any way. But I think it actually makes things a little bit easier. So it's pretty simple. I think I'm excited to go to Europe, and I think the team is probably a little bit happier that it's ended up in that region.
For us too, it definitely made things a lot easier. You know, with experiencing China at Worlds last year, I know there was a lot of difficult in logistics. There's quarantines. There's a lot of things that was not easy. But in EU, like I mentioned before, we do have our facility there for TL, and we have our staff there. We have our support system there. So logistically, a lot of things were easier for us as well, and our players as well. A lot of them being from Europe as well, they were also excited, go back. Alfari, mostly, he wanted to go back and just showcase what he practiced this year, and we were actually pretty happy that it was moved.
So we haven't been to China to compete since 2017, and we had an amazing time there. So I'm really sad to not see the fans out in China and experience that, and I hope to return there again sometime soon. That said, moving to Europe, definitely, as far as preparing and taking care of our players, it's much easier to get set up just because we have a lot more experience going out there and competing out there. So definitely it's an easier experience to get set up, and I'm really excited to get out there. We have I wouldn't exactly say great history in performing in Europe. In fact, I think we've only not gotten out of groups 2 times, and both those times happen to be in Europe. So I would like to change history and look to have a more successful trip to Europe this time. So I'm excited for that challenge.
Hey guys, congrats on the win today. It's huge. This question is really for anybody. I don't really have a particular person I want to start. So how do you guys feel about your chances at Worlds after absolutely crushing the competition LCS this year?
Who is the question for?
To anyone.
Anybody.
John, you go first.
REAPERED go. REAPERED go.
Is it okay to just say like this? Or
Sure.
press what?
You're good. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. So it is really happy to come back to the LCS, and then we are going to Worlds as a #1 seed. So in this week, lots of pressure on our team to be, lots of people are doubting us, and then of course we felt the slumping before our previous week. So we was kind of trying to clean up our place and stuff, and then right now I can clearly see we can do something great job in the world stage. So I'm really happy about that.